This is the Sauber-Ford that Heinz-Harald Frentzen deserts at the end of the year when he moves to Williams, which, incidentally, is the team with which I had my first Grand Prix 13 years ago. Now, the last of my 6 years in Formula One was in 1989 with Tyrrell, but I recently had the chance to go to the new Austrian circuit to drive this car to find out just how much Formula One has changed. The years in between seemed to shrink away as once again I togged up and slipped into the cockpit, having been briefed on the car and shown round the circuit by Johnny Herbert, who was in fact once a teammate of mine at Tyrrell. I was relieved to fit fairly comfortably into the cockpit with its unfamiliar elevated feet driving position and steering wheel gear change paddles. Once the mechanics had strapped me in, it was time to find out just how it would feel after all those years away. It was wonderful to be back in the cockpit, but all too soon it was time to come in. However, even after just 6 laps, the differences were clear.
Well, what a fantastic experience. It's been, what is it, 1987? It's been 9 years since I last drove around any kind of circuit here, and that was in the Tyrrell. The thing that really impresses me is the level of sophistication. The grip level is certainly a little bit higher than I was used to, but the engines are just in another league. They're like turbines. This Ford V10 just hums all the way. When I was racing, 10,800 revs was the limiter. Now it's 16,000, over 16,000. Quite incredible, an amazing feeling. But the whole car is actually quite light to drive. The steering being lighter than I expected. The brakes I did expect to be immensely powerful, and indeed I was reminded of that. Gear changing, and that used to be quite hard work, with the mechanical gear lever, having to heel and toe, synchronize your gear changes. And now you have to concentrate on making sure that you know which gear you're in, because the gear ratios are so closely stacked with this V10 engine howling away that using the flipper switches, it's easy to forget just what gear you're in. But yeah, I wish I was back.